Hello again, welcome again to another video, this time about the lottery. National Lottery in the UK has been running since 1993, I think, something like that, and it's been very popular in creating money for good causes, as they call it, and also lining the pockets of the ones who run the thing, which used to be Camelot. I think it's now owned and run by a Canadian pension fund, something like that, I'm not sure. But the thing is about lottery tickets, you've got so tiny minuscule chance of winning. It's not worth it. The lottery itself is mentioned in George Orwell's 1984, and it gives the proletariat, or the proles as he calls them, gives the proletariat hopes and dreams that they might become rich and they might get out of their shitty situations. So I've been buying a lottery ticket for nearly 20 years because I must be a pro. So we have the hope that it might win and change our lives completely. The lottery in 1984 was a complete fix anyway, and I think the chances of winning something like this, a normal UK lottery, is something like 9 million to 1. Can you imagine that? 9 million to 1. And so if you look at the odds, you think, well, why does anyone bother? It's only the people who would bother would not understand maths, and that must apply to me as well then. So it must be like, okay, well, I mustn't understand maths then. It's like the latest COVID thing, you know, like that's swept the world. I noticed the latest death certificates from the WHO website are 3.25 million. 3.25 million out of a world population of 7.8 billion. So out of 7.8 billion, 3.25 million have died. If you do the maths on that, that means 0.04% of people have died in the world. 0.04% of people have died of COVID. That's if it's categorized as COVID and it's not just flu and it's not just pneumonia or certain lung cancers or pleurisy or asthma or chronic bronchitis or any of the other lung ailments. Let's just say it's COVID, so it means 0.04%. And yet, because of the way the media have sold it, it's swept across the world. Like, you know, you'd think that everyone was dying in the street. Obviously they're not, because the figures, the actual death figures, are minuscule. And it's the same with this. So in fact, I think they're even less with that. You've got less chance of winning this. And so why do people bother it? Why do people, why do people buy any of this shit? So they hear it in the media. We hear it in the, the media upsold all this when it first came out. Bob Monkhouse used to come on the BBC and he'd say, God, I know I'm a sinner, but make me a winner. That was a catchphrase, a slogan for a while, and then there was also this: it could be you. You've been fingered by luck. So, but invariably it isn't you, and so it's a funny thing, but it keeps the hope alive. And without hope, human beings are, well, hopeless. But it's not that, it's more than hopeless. It's that we need hope, we need to dream. When we stop to dream, we start to die. We need dreams and hopes. We need to hope that our life will change for the better. That's what the whole of Negro spiritual songs were about. When they were slaves, chained together by the neck, working on the plantations. And they'd sing songs, and up in the morning, out like a lark, work like a devil for my pay, While that lucky old son, he got nothing to do but roam around heaven all day. And this is the new version of that. This is like a spiritual song where you think like, it could be me. If you don't buy a ticket, it won't be you. If you do buy a ticket, it's 9 million to 1 chance that it will be you. I think the Euro Millions is something like 45 million to 1 chance. And you hear these people, they're very lauded, aren't they, the ones who do win it, but they're so few and far between that it's probably not worth doing anyway. And we've got a winner takes all culture, so very often I've won 3 or 4 numbers on this, and I've got a lucky dip or some other trash that won't get you anything, win £7.90 or something. I think that's the most I've ever won. I think I once won 22 quid. What did I do with all that money? Anyway, so you'll notice on this ticket, the eagle-eyed would notice that this is a winning ticket. I've won a lucky dip. One of these lines is a lucky dip win. I don't even know which one. So that'll lead me to more hope for next week, and it's futile, and it's absolutely futile. It's just for people who don't understand numbers, but it's nice to know. So yeah, there's the lottery, and I think it came into being 1993, and it gives hope to the masses. It gives hope to the hopeless, in the same way that Jay-Z and who's the other one who can't sing? The other rapper who can't sing? Well, all of them. Someone like Jay-Z or Kanye West, that's who I'm thinking of. These people who can't sing at all. It gives hope to other people like them that they too can make it. So if you pluck someone from obscurity, whose only talent really is being able to talk in time to a bass drum, and you make them big stars, and you give them everything in the world, obviously that's because of connections and the clubs they're in, but it makes it look to the masses, it makes it look to the proletariat that those dreams are possible to achieve, the American dream. And it's not, it's because they're club members, but it makes it look possible in the same way as this looks possible to people. But becoming Jay-Z, winning Euro Millions, all those things is virtually impossible, but it keeps us all dancing on the treadmill like a little fucking hamster, dancing away like that until one day we look at it and we think, it's not worth it. It's not actually worth it. It's not even actually worth going to the shop to get your free lucky dip. But you do, because you know that even with a 9 million to 1 chance, it could be you.